I was going over 5 tips I gave to men about first date. Get tips that they can do right, but I want to hear your thoughts. What are some things you think men do right, and then about what are some things they do wrong?
Okay, I
You
guess
go
I'll
this first.
start. Okay, as someone who does a lot of dating, I have my opinions on this. I feel like first and foremost, above all else, he should be planning the date. Like, not just like what you doing or like I'm trying to see you or let's get up on Friday. Like, no, let's have a real deal plan. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like dinner or something, but like an actual tangible plan. It's like dinner at 7 o'clock at XYZ restaurant, or axe throwing at 6:30 at XYZ place, or even a stroll in the park. Meet me at this location at this time. I feel like that's like number one.
Karishma, what do you think?
I would agree with her, like taking the lead, planning the date, which is something men do right. And yeah, definitely not getting into sexual conversation
Oh,
the
that's a good
first
one.
date and making sure the woman is safe with them, which most likely leads to a second date.
Good point. Good point. All right, Shania, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, Shania. I have to agree with, I didn't catch her name, but the first lady who spoke, for sure,
Joy.
definitely in the date. I think that men do a great job of that. And I'm going to say something as simple as, just opening the car door, right?
Being
When
a
you're stepping
gentleman.
in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, I think all of the chivalry rules apply, especially on the first date. Personally, I want that to be perpetuated throughout my relationship, but especially on the first date, chivalry. So opening the door. But yeah, just
So,
walking on the outside of the street if you all are walking from one place to the next, things like that.
so, all
Yeah.
right. The 5 tips I gave. First one was plan the date. You know,
Boom.
that's your way as a man to show that you're a capable leader, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
important. Don't ask her what she wants to do. Don't get any input from her. Make sure that you're capable enough to plan the date. Second,
I feel like you can give input though. Like if he were to be like, say if he were to be like, I want to take you to dinner. Is there anything you don't like? I don't want him to be like, what restaurants do you want to go to? But I want him to be like, do you like sushi or Indian or Mexican? Like, or are you allergic to anything? Like something, but not necessarily being like, what restaurant do you want to go to? Like, no, that's why. But
so me personally, I don't believe in dinner on the first date.
you know what? That's my rule too. Actually, at this point, no dinner date, first dates. I want an activity, but I'm just saying.
I tell guys recommend an activity, something that you enjoy doing. Drinks are
Hmm.
always good. Something that's light and open, not too committed or romantic. It's an opportunity to get to know each other, right? It's not
Hmm.
really a date, I would say, where you can like where you want to go all out. But of course, if you want to do dinner and you don't mind it not going anywhere after the dinner, sure, do that. But
Hmm.
just understand that low investment is probably the best way to go for the first date, and but still showing that you're capable of planning something, which is why her input isn't that necessary on the first
Hmm.
date, because you're just getting to know each other. And then the second date is like, okay, well, maybe we'll do dinner. What do you like to do? And then we'll go from there.
Okay, that's a good point. I agree with that.
I would agree with that. And yeah, if first date doesn't turn out the best, then yeah, it's like if it is just a coffee date or a drink date, then it is easier to finish faster. If it is not going out well, then doing a dinner date, which is likely to last
Yeah.
longer, and you are wondering why am I sitting in front of this person who I
So,
don't like.
good point. How many of you ladies would actually be okay with a coffee date as a first date?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those are so boring. Those are the most boring dates I've ever been on. Like drinks are one thing you can get a little, but coffee, get out of here. No, no, thank you. Mm-mm.
I
I,
wouldn't mind a coffee date.
Shania, you would go on a coffee date?
yeah, but I don't drink coffee, but I mean, if I can get something, like a tea or something, I would. But yeah, I would do that.
So, Joy, why are you so against coffee dates?
Because I feel like they're just boring. They're the most boring dates I've ever been on have been coffee dates. Like I'm not like off of like principle against them, but I'm like, it also just kind of shows me like your personality. Like, why you want to do a coffee date for? I just feel like somebody who wants to do a coffee date on the first date is just not my kind of person. Like, if I am like personally, if I'm gonna take the time out of my day, out of my schedule to schedule some time away from you, I don't want to do coffee. Like, let's do something fun. I don't want to sit around across from you sober with a coffee. And unless we're doing breakfast at 8 a.m., I'm not trying to drink coffee at 3 p.m. either, or 5 p.m. Take me axe throwing, take me bowling. Even a walk in the park with an ice cream cone is better than a coffee date. But that's just me. It's just boring.
So for you, it's more about the aspect of just sitting down for the appearance of it is just boring.
Yeah, not the appearance, the actual activity.
I've been on some very successful coffee dates but that's just me personally. You know, I can make anything fun if I want it to be. So
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's ever going to walk away from a coffee date from me being like, that was the worst. But me, I'm just like, I'm a good conversationalist. And I feel like no matter where I'm at, we can have like a good time. But it's not going to make a good impression on me. Like, unless you're just like a stand-up comedian or something, that's going to really make it fun. But I'm probably going to be carrying the conversation or maybe even not. I don't know. I just don't have a good experience with coffee dates. I'm anti-coffee.
All right. So next tip I gave was being a gentleman, right? So this includes opening up the doors, pulling out her chair, maybe, depending on what you're comfortable with. You need to do as a man, just perform small acts of service for her. I wouldn't recommend flowers on the first date. How do you guys feel about that?
I can go without flowers on the first date.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I wouldn't prefer flowers on the first date. Yeah,
flowers on the first date, a little bit too romantic. And honestly, she didn't really do anything to deserve the flowers. So you kind of want to wait until, you get to that second or third date where you get a little bit more investment. Just maybe pull out the flowers later on. But being a gentleman, right? Opening up car doors, the sidewalk thing like you mentioned before. Would you guys be okay with the guy not being a gentleman on the first date?
What does that mean exactly? I don't even know if I could consider it a good date, a quote unquote good date, if I don't feel like I'm being treated like a lady and he's not being a gentleman. Because for me, what qualifies as a good date is me being like, I had a good time and I want to see this person again. And if I feel like he's not a gentleman and he's not chivalrous, I'm not trying to see you again. So for me, it's not a good date.